Hey, we're back at the topic again today with the return of the UNViable series. It's been nearly a month since the last one, so you might need a re-up on what these types of videos are about. You know that there are many great Pokemon in battle, right? And for every good Pokemon, there seems to be 2 or 3 Pokemon that are terrible in battle, or low-tiered in the Smogon system. Now, what holds these Pokemon back? Well, there's numerous reasons for this. They could be held back by a poor move pool, bad typing, bad abilities, or just a massive combination of all 3. Each Pokemon is different, that's why we pick a Pokemon and try to figure out what's wrong with it. We then follow up on that by finding a solution to make it viable once again. Today, we shall head down to the Seafoam Islands and slap Articuno and tell it that it's good in battle. With that, let's dive into the currents of the Seafoam Islands and... Wait! Articuno, I'm floating away from you! Ignore the grocery bags, I'm sorry. Ugh, where are we now? Huh? Oh, we're on Smogon Island. I'm being serious, look. We can see Articuno's information this far away from the Seafoam Islands. I don't know. Anyway, today we will be doing things a bit differently unlike the previous video and looking at each generation to accumulate every problem it has. We won't be looking at the later generations for long, but we will cover most of the issues. Early on, we will look at the overview to calculate these issues, and then we can iron it out later on. We will start off with Generation 1, of course. Quick little overview of Articuno, as it is a flying ice type, with its stats over here. HP at 90, attack at 85, defense at 100, special attack and special defense at 125 because they haven't been split yet, and speed is 85. And we will hop into this overview. Boasting one of the highest special stats in the game alongside the most powerful special move in OU, Blizzard, there's no denying that Articuno is a powerhouse. Oko-ing Golem and Rhydon and 2-hit KOing Executor are feats few Pokemon can muster, but Blizzard allows Articuno just to do that. It can force switches and deal heavy damage throughout the match, softening up your opponent's team and possibly causing a freeze. It can even make a very nice endgame sweeper by boosting its mediocre base 85 speed with agility and blasting away with its stab Blizzard, potentially getting a freeze in the process. And if you don't already know what the freeze status is, it's broken. It's absolutely broken. You cannot thaw in battle at all. The only way to do that is through medicine or a Pokemon Center. Of course, you can't use medicine in a Link battle. So if you're frozen, it might as well just be fainted, okay? It's just a walking punching bag at that point. I mean, punching ice hurts, but you're basically helpless. Why isn't Articuno more common then? Again, its speed stat is frustratingly low, as it's not able to outspeed Pokemon like Tauros and Alakazam without a boost, while most are capable of paralyzing Articuno. It is walled to Kingdom Come by many OU Pokemon that resist Blizzard, namely Lapras, Starmie, Cloyster, and to an extent, Slowbro, as well as Chansey with its massive 250-105 special bulk. Its move pool is shallow as well, as it leaves Articuno relying on mediocre ice and normal coverage, the latter which runs off so-so attack stat. Keep in mind, the physical special split doesn't kick in until Generation 4, so it's going to struggle for this a long time, but not in the current age. Lapras has several advantages over Articuno as an ice type with a higher HP stat and much better coverage and utility with Confuse Ray, Body Slam, and Thunderbolt. However, even Lapras can never dream of matching the raw power of Articuno's Blizzard. All in all, if you're looking to unleash a nasty surprise on your opponent, do not overlook Articuno. Let's check out, of course, its move set options, and as you can see here, it was used as a tactical ice nuke, dropping Blizzards, speeding it up to make sure it outspeeds everything, and just dominating everything with Blizzard. But the nerfs kind of hit it hard. Due to the special split between its special attack and special defense, its special attack actually took a hit. It dropped from 125 to 95, which is a problem, especially with the fact that Blizzard got nerfed pretty hard because the frozen status was fixed, so you could de-thaw at any moment in battle. And the accuracy was changed for Blizzard. I'm pretty sure you can see it here. Yeah, accuracy was 70, but if you go down here, it was 90 in Generation 1. That's horrid. But they did fix it. It's still base 120, but it had to rely more on Ice Beam in this generation, as you can see here from this Rest Talk. As now it has Rest, Sleep Talk, Ice Beam, and either Toxic or Hidden Power Electric. And of course, we move to Generation 3, where it now gets the ability Pressure, but this is probably the biggest kicker. As you can see, it falls to NU, and why does it fall to NU? Well, those floating rocks that like to take it out of the sky and neuter it. Unfortunately, its ice flying typing gives it a 4 times weakness to rock type moves, including the ubiquitous Stealth Rock, which removes 50% of Articuno's health upon entry. And for its moveset, it's still running the same thing, albeit now it gets Roost. So now it doesn't need to take 2 move slots for Rest and Sleep Talk, and now it can use Roost and then stall out with Substitute. So it's still a stally Pokemon. That's the role it's been taken because of the changes of so many things. So I feel like Articuno has been nerfed. The thing about Generation 5 is all it got was Hurricane, because before it didn't have anything related for a flying type move. Yeah, I didn't really have any flying type moves up until this point. And into Generation 6, it still has a problem. It actually fell down to PU, but has now access to Snow Cloak as its hidden ability. But the main issue always relies on those Stealth Rocks. Those are what hurt it so hard. The problem that we are picking up on a consistent basis is, I like to say, the special attack. That actually hurt a little bit more. The speed is also a bit too low for anything, really. But the typing, we cannot change, so we're going to need to figure out a way around it. And the move pool. Its move pool is shallow. So shallow that if I jumped out of the Seafoam Islands right now, I just have my feet in the water. So how do we fix this? The only thing I can really think of is returning its previous base 125 special attack. As you can see here, this is what it is currently, but this would push it back up to 125 and make it more of an offensive monster. The speed at 85 will still hurt, but there are things as agility and Choice Scarf. But if you also look at its moves that it can use, well, you get a bit of a different story. As look at how many physical moves it gets compared to special moves. It obviously gets a bunch of ice type moves, especially Freeze Dry, something I didn't mention it gets in Generation 6. But nothing else, especially when you look at the TMs. And then when you look at the previous generation and look at its tutors, I mean, it gets Signal Beam and Snore and Water Pulse. So I feel like that's not quite enough, especially with the only highest one being Signal Beam. I mean, what are its weaknesses? Fire, Electric. Water Pulse theoretically could deal with the Rock type, but it doesn't have enough at its disposal to do that. So I feel like it needs more moves. Off the top of my head, give it things like Psychic, Aura Sphere, or even Hyper Voice of all things. Just help it out, man. But hey, I'm not the only one with an opinion here. Let me hear your opinion in the comments below on how you would fix Articuno in today's metagame. Also, let me know what Pokemon you want me to analyze next time as we make Pokemon viable again. If you enjoyed and want to see more, though, don't forget to drop a like from the top and subscribing if you haven't, because without your support, Articuno would be stuck in the Seafoam Islands for eternity. What the heck was that? With that, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you back at the top later on, because that's how we do watch.